Alright, so the engine's running really good now. The only problem now is the clutch is stuck. We tried our little remedy of taking it down the driveway. We hooked the skid loader to the back of it and tried pulling it with the clutch in, and this thing must be stuck pretty tight, the clutch plates to the discs. So we're gonna have, so we got the cherry picker here. The engine's gonna have to come out. It's no big deal. We can get this out in an hour. We're gonna take it out, figure out what's going on with the clutch, and fix it up. So that'll be the next step. So got a good running Cletrac now, good drive. I tested all the gears. Problem is, guess it only runs in gears. So stay tuned for part. Today's goal is to get the engine out. We're not going to mess with the clutch today. The goal is just to get the engine out. So we got our little cherry picker here from Harbor Freight. It's good enough for what we're going to do. First thing we got to do is the radiator, then miscellaneous wires. There's the two bell housing bolts on each side right here, and then I believe there's 8 more bell housing bolts to get out. So all in all, not too hard of a engine to pull. Let's get right to it. Alright, first step, get the radiator off. We've already had this off, so this shouldn't be too bad. I'm going to set you guys up right here so you can watch. We'll get that off. Well, alright, my dad's getting the top radiator hose off. He just put that on a while back. We kind of had a little bit of a mishap. Yeah, she let loose. Went all over. But, alright, let's get the radiator off. So,
Get there. Okay, right. Where's this gonna go?
still got water in it. We're going to go ahead and get these 2 front mounting bolts off and work our way back to get all the bolts off. So that'll be the first step. Alright, we're going to take off these 2 front bolts. I got an extension, a knuckle, and a socket. And I got some eye protection just in case anything happens. Let's see if this comes loose and make sure I'm going to the left. Oh yeah. There's the one side. Screw this back on. Go ahead and take this other side off now. There it is. Now the front bolts are out, so we'll work our way back to the flywheel housing now. So that'll be the next step. Alright, so what I just did was took the starter power cable off. I I loosened the oil pressure gauge and twisted it this way. I cut this, I couldn't get it off, labeled it. This is going to get replaced anyway, so. And we got the 8 mounting bolts taken out of the bell housing and the torque tube where the clutch is. And we're going to go ahead and get the load leveler on our cherry picker hooked up. And we have we got 2 on each side of these, and then kind of lift it up a little bit, and these bolts here should come out. So that'll be the next step. Alright, so we kind of got a problem that we didn't see. We're going to try to pull the engine out, but you got to split it from this torque tube here, the clutch compartment, and there's only this much room to pull back on the flywheel, and we obviously can't go back with that little room to split the tractor. I mean, going into the pilot shaft, it's definitely not going to be that. So we're going to have to take the battery box, that's junk anyway, get this off, move these wires back, got to get this cover off, and then we got to get this U-joint out. And we're just going to have to lift this whole assembly off the tractor. I mean, it shouldn't be too bad, just a couple more bolts, so let's get to it. Alright, so off camera we did some little bit of work that just would have been too hard to video with the setup I got, and it was getting pretty aggravating. Right now he's soaking it with some PB Blaster. As you can see, we're split, but we don't have enough room to actually pull the engine off. So we had to take off this cover, the gauge cluster, the battery box, so we could get access to the U-joints. And we took out the pin, or farmer's pin, whatever, it was just a nail. We took the nail out that was holding that U-joint onto the input shaft of the transmission. We're going to hopefully be able to pick it up and slide it out. But we're done for the day. So this pin here, we're going to get that out tomorrow. And then the thing should come out. So we'll pick back up on tomorrow. So, alright, we're here the next day. The old man got the set screws out of the U-joints, or these splines, and called Zimmerman Tractor, which they're big Oliver Cletrac specialists, and said that if you can get this yoke to move freely, then you can possibly get the clutch out without having to remove the engine. We're going to try and move these yokes first, the U-joints, and if they don't move, then we're going to have to take the engine out. Let's see if these move. GoPro's about dead, but we got this U-joint yoke thing off the output shaft of the clutch, and the engine should come out now. So here we go. Okay. Get in here. Hopefully it's leveled, right? There it is. All right. Finally. It took quite a long time to get this thing out.
Same, but we gotta,
But it's
be able
out.
to get the housing off of the clutch. So,
All right, we got the engine out. We're gonna probably just set it on the tire on the floor, and we're gonna start work on it. And we're getting ready to clean the clutch up. So he's gonna go ahead and pull the back clutch cover off and see what we got going on in here. So here's the clutch. We'll have to unbolt it and see what's going on. It's obviously something stuck, so there's the disc. We'll go ahead and take that off. We're gonna get the pressure plate and the disc out. So we're gonna start by taking these bolts out here, just 1/2 inch, I believe. Yep. So we're gonna take them out, get the pressure plate out, and see if the disc is stuck to the flywheel and what kind of parts we're gonna need. So let's give it a shot. Yeah. Stuck. All right, so here's the flywheel. Flywheel doesn't look too bad, but our problem is the disc is stuck to the pressure plate, keeping the disc engaged all the time to the flywheel. So we're gonna see if we can't get this apart. It's not looking too promising, but you never know. We'll see what happens. All right, so you can see the disc extends all the way to the end of the pressure plate and definitely stuck. We're gonna see if we can't get it out. Looks like it's coming undone. There it is. So the plate is unstuck from the pressure plate, but it's cracked. We got a bulge in it from where we were hitting. We're just gonna have to go ahead and get a new one. We can get them from Zimmerman Oliver Cletrac parts. So go ahead and order a plate. All right, that should be the end of this part of the Oliver Cletrac restoration. So Next step will be prepping everything to put it back on, and we're going to steam the engine, so stay tuned for the next part of the video. Thanks for watching.